20-minute core class. We're gonna get ourselves warmed up and then we're gonna get into our 2 working circuits. So 10 jumping jacks, whether you wanna do 10 high impact or 10 low impact jacks. Once you have done 10, we're gonna go into some total body extensions. Basically a squat jump without a jump. So we're gonna grab a seat, bring our hands behind us, and then as we come up, explode onto the toes and reach for the ceiling. We're gonna do 10 of these, opening up through the torso, getting those shoulders warmed up, opening up through the chest in your midsection. Once you have done 10, we're gonna come down onto the floor, high plank or push-up position. So we're on our hands, we're on our toes. You can also elevate the hands off the floor if you want. We're gonna do some plank to pike. Again, just getting things a bit more warmed up, ready to rock. So high plank position. I want you to tuck that belly button in. Draw the belly button up towards the spine. Come on back, parallel with the floor. Pull that belly button up, and then come on back parallel with the floor. Focus on using those abdominals. So pulling the belly button into the spine to move the hips up toward the ceiling. You got it, 10 total. And then once you have done your 10, we're gonna stay down in this plank position and we're gonna get started with circuit number 1. Good. I think I got one left. Perfect, good. So each circuit is going to get done 3 times through. We're gonna start with a plank toe tap. So very similar to what we did. We're gonna start in our high plank position. We're gonna draw the belly button up, bring one hand toward the opposite foot, and then come back to our plank. Same thing on the other side. So we'll alternate left and right. Then move number 2 is where you can pull out your sliders if you have them. So this is what move number 2 looks like with the sliders. You got both feet on the slider. You're going to come back into that plank position. So we're on our hands, we're on our toes. And what we're going to do is we're going to draw the belly button up, slide the feet in towards the hands, and then come on back out. The alternative to that one, if you do not have sliders, is we're going to do some walkouts. And then, I totally forgot, you are going to need 1 dumbbell. We're going to flip it over and we're going to do some dumbbell sit-ups. So make sure you have a weight close by so that it's easy and quick to grab. Okay, so let's start with the plank toe tap. We got 45 seconds on the clock. Here we go. So draw that belly button in, hand comes towards the opposite foot, come back to plank. Keep your eyes on the floor. I want you to think. Somebody has a string attached to your belly button and they're pulling that string up through the body to have it touch the spine. So I want you to put the focus on the abdominals. Try not to just be pushing with the arms to get the hips up. Make those abs work and take your time. There's no rush. 10 seconds left. So option 1, walk out. Option 2, we're going to use the sliders and do a reverse V up. All right, so, or you can do a little bit of both. If you have sliders, do as many as you can. And then when your forearm starts going out the window, switch it out to walkouts. Okay, you ready? Give this a whirl. So if you've got the sliders, we're going to draw that belly button in, pull the feet in, and then push those feet back out. If you do not have the sliders, we're going to start with our hands by the feet. We're going to walk ourselves out into the plank position. Watch your hips in that bottom position. Do not let the hips drop down to the floor and make sure you don't leave them up in the air. Nice solid plank position. If you are tight in those hamstrings, get your feet wider and it's going to help give you a little bit more flexibility in that bottom position. All right, I need 5 more seconds. We're going to flip ourselves over. We have our weighted sit-up next. Perfect. All right, flip. So we're going to keep the dumbbell nice and close to the chest. Now, straighter legs, a little bit easier. Bend the knees in more if you want more of a challenge. Weight is at the shoulders. Draw ourselves up, control on the way back down. Good. You can even cross your hands over the chest, whatever feels more comfortable for you. The focus is using the abdominals. We're not going to bring the hands or the weight behind the head so that we can swing ourselves up. Now, if you need to drop the weight, drop the weight. All good. Make it work for you as long as you're challenging those abdominals. I need about 10 more seconds, and we're going to rinse and repeat, starting with our plank toe taps. Good. 2 seconds. Excellent. All right, 15-second break. We'll get ourselves flipped back over. So we're back onto our hands and our toes. We're gonna hike those hips up, hands opposite foot. All right, so let's get set up. Draw those hips up, hand comes across, come back to plank. Good. Eyes stay on the floor. Pull that belly button up towards the spine. Good. And see if you can reach your hand maybe a little bit further down the leg. Got it. If you need to take a break, just drop down to the knees, take a break. I need about 15 more seconds. And then option 1, walkouts. Option 2, using your sliders for that reverse V up. In 4, 3, 2, perfect, good. So, walkouts or sliders. So I'm going to do sliders on this round, I'll do walkers, so hand walks on round 3. So let's get ourselves set up. Pull that belly button in, slide those feet in with the sliders, and then push them out. So it doesn't matter if you're doing the walkout or the sliders. Keep your eyes on the floor. Keep that belly button pulled up into the spine. Good. And just focus on keeping that core nice and tight. Nice. We got about 15 seconds. We're going to roll over, find our dumbbell, and we'll do our weighted sit-ups. All right, 5 seconds. Can you do one more rep? Perfect. Flip it over for me. Find that dumbbell. You can always change out that weight if you need to. You can always drop the weight if you need to. All right. Weight across the chest. Tuck that belly button in. Come on down and then sit yourself all the way back up. Good. Remember, straighten out your legs a little bit more to make it a little easier. Pull the knees in to make it a bit more of a challenge. So play around with that, especially as you get more tired. Just straighten the legs out or drop the weight. Just don't swing yourself up with the arms. That's the only rule on this one. We want to make those abs do all the work. You've got it, 10 seconds. We have 1 round left. Grab some water if you need it. Flip yourself over. Plank toe taps. Perfect. Set your weight off to the side. Last round of the circuit, and then we get to move on. So we're on our hands, we're on our toes. Really focusing, draw that belly button in to get your hips up. All right, set it up. Hips come up, hands to the opposite foot, back into that plank position. Nice. Really think of what those abdominals are doing. Picture them in your head contracting and drawing those hips up towards your ceiling. Keep your eyes on the floor. See if you can reach your hand even further down your leg for this last round. Good, 15 seconds left. You're gonna find your sliders or do walkouts. I'm gonna do walkouts on our last round. You got it. In 5, 4, 3, 2. Perfect. All right. Get those out of the way. So remember, wider feet, easier on those hamstrings if you tend to be tighter. Hands come down on the floor. Draw that belly button in. Walk it out into your plank position. Watch those hips. I want you to get them nice and parallel with the floor. Don't leave them up toward the ceiling. Don't let them drop down toward the floor. Eyes are on the floor. And again, take your time. If you need to take a break, take it here, and then walk it out. Come on back. Take another break if you need it. You got it. We got to do one more move in this circuit. We'll take a longer break, and we'll move on to our last core circuit. Less than 10 seconds. See if you can get one more walkout in. Perfect. Flip it over. We have our sit-ups. Sit-ups. Grab that weight if you're using. Bring it across the chest. I'm going to start from the upright position. Tuck that belly button in. Roll it down. Use those abs. Come on. Tighten them up to sit yourself up as high as you can. Whether you can come all the way up or just lift the shoulders, especially as the abdominals get more tired. Just work with what they're going to give you so that you can keep good form. Good form is first. Drop the weight if you need to. Straighten out those legs. You got it. About 20 more seconds. I'm going to take a bit of a water break, and I'm going to show you circuit number 2. Good. 10 seconds. See if you can get another couple of reps in. That's it. Then 4, 3, 2. Woo. Nice work. All right, grab a quick drink if you need it. Perfect. Okay. Circuit number 2. This is where you can use a ball if you have one. If not, you know I got an alternative for you. So with the ball, you're going to kneel on the floor, and you're going to put your forearms on top of the ball. We're going to do some roll outs. So we're here. We're going to tighten up the abdominals. We're going to pull the abs in towards the spine. We're going to roll ourselves out into a plank position, and then use the abdominals to pull ourselves back. Play around with your hand position on the ball. The lower you get to hands on the ball, the more you're going to be able to roll out in front. The more you keep the hands on top, the shorter the range. Option 2, plank position on your forearms, on your toes. Plank body saws. We're going to rock it back and forth. Then we're going to stay down on our knees, and we're going to do some kneeling wood choppers. So we're going to use your dumbbell again. We're going to tighten up those glutes. We got the weight, and we're going to sit back, throw it over. Sit back, throw it over. Left, right, and then we got some V-sit holds. Okay, you ready? All right, all right, all right. Here we go. So if you're using the ball, tighten those abs in. Get your hands on the ball. Roll it out into your plank position. Just get those hips parallel with the floor. Don't let them drop. And again, the further you roll it out, the more challenging it is going to be. If you do not have a ball, you are in plank position on your forearms, on your toes, and you're going to rock it out back and forth. We got these plank body saws. Keeping that back flat with the floor, abs pulled in, squeeze your butt, and rock it out. Make it as big or as small as you need to. You got it. I need about 5 seconds. Kneeling wood choppers are coming up. Perfect. All right. So grab that dumbbell. Fold up your mat a little bit more if you need a bit more cushioning for those knees. So pick a side, left or right for me. So you're going to sit it back slightly, and then as you come up, throw the weight over the shoulder. Sit it back, throw it over. So keep the abs tight, keep your eyes up. So don't be looking down at the floor. And your eyes are going to follow the weight over the shoulder. Nice. You got it. If this bothers your knees, stand up and do the exact same thing from a standing position. So there's an alternative if kneeling and your knees do not mix. I need 10 seconds. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. You got it. 3, 2, perfect. Good. Keep the same weight from one side to the next. You can make weight changes for round 2 and 3. All right, 5 seconds. We're gonna rock and roll. So tighten up your butt. throw the weight over the shoulder. Make sure your eyes follow the weight. Don't look down at the floor. And keep your abs nice and tight. Keep them braced. So keep that belly button drawn in toward the spine. You got it. 20 seconds, V-sit holds. So we're just gonna grab a seat on our mat and we're gonna get you all set up. You're gonna have a couple of options with your body position depending on how hard you wanna make it. All right, we got less than 10, come on. In 5, 4, 3, 2, perfect. Grab a seat for me. So, starting with your feet on the floor, hold them in a little bit and then lean it back. So there's your V shape. Keep that belly button pulled in and hands come out. So this is option 1. Now the further you lean it back, the more tension you are going to be able to create. The more upright you stay, the easier. Now, if you want to take it to another level, get yourself set up and then bring your feet up here. Good. Very similar to boat pose, I think it is in yoga, except I think boat pose, maybe the legs are straight, I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but keep those abs tucked in. Good, eyes straight ahead. And when that timer goes, we're back to the top. So option 1, plank body saws. Option 2, find your stability ball and do some rollouts. We got 5 seconds left, we're almost there, come on. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna find my ball. So again, if you are using a ball, the lower you get your hands down to start, the more range you're going to get. So tuck that belly button in, squeeze your butt. Good, roll out into your plank position. Use those abs to pull you back in. Nice work. Take your time with it. Really focus on keeping those abdominals tight. And if you do not have a ball, you're in a plank position, toes and forearms, and you're rocking it out. You're going back and forth, pushing through those ankles. Good, I need about 15 more seconds. We have our kneeling wood choppers. If kneeling does not work for your knees, just stand it up. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Good. All right. Kneeling. Find your weight. Remember, you can do this standing as well, but keep your abs tight, keep your butt tight. Pick a side, left or right. Here we go. Set it back, toss it over. Good. Make sure your eyes are following the weight. You're gonna sit those hips back a little bit. Come right up into that kneeling position as you throw the weight over the shoulder. Right? So we're gonna sit back, toss it, set it back. Good. That's it. It's almost like you're doing a kneeling squat to help get that weight up and over the shoulder. Perfect. Nice work. Almost there. We'll do the exact same thing on the other side. Keeping the same weight from one side to the next. Perfect. There it is. I'm like, how much time is left? All right, same thing, other side, and then we have those V-sit holds again. All right. Re-engage those abs. Squeeze that butt again. Get ready to sit it back. Here we go. If you are standing to do the wood choppers, you're still going to do a bit of a squat, but as you throw the weight over the shoulder, I want you to pivot through that hip, knee, and ankle. So as you throw the weight over the shoulder, pivot, hip, knee, and ankle. Get that rotation. Make those abdominals work that rotation, and then come back down. All right, I need about 20 more seconds. We're going to flip over, grab a seat, and we'll do those V-sit holds. With or without your feet on the floor. 10 seconds, almost there. In 5, 4, 3, 2, there it is. Good, grab a seat. So start with your feet on the floor, just to get into that position. So lean it back, tuck those abs in, bring your hands out in front, lean back to a point that feels challenging for you. And if you're like, I need a bit more, I want you then to pop those feet up. Hands are out. Find something to stare at in front of you with those eyes. Good. You got it. Keep those abs tucked in for me. But we only got to do this one more time and that's it. We're done. So when the timer goes, option 1, plank bloody sauce. Option 2, find your stability ball to do some roll-outs. 10 seconds. We're almost there. Come on. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna do some plank body saws on our last round. Catch your breath, grab some water. We got 5 seconds, let's get ourselves set up. So if you're on the body saws, we're on our forearms, we're on our toes, we're gonna rock it out. Keep that belly button pulled in. Again, with the rollouts, keep your abs and glutes nice and tight. Roll it out as far as you can without letting those hips drop towards the floor. You got it. This is our last round. Let's give it all we got. We have those wood choppers coming up next. Whether you want to kneel on the floor or stand it up. I need about 15 more seconds here. Come on. Almost there. Almost there. Last 10. Come on. Ooh, Nelly. And 4, 3, 2, and relax. Good. All right. Wood choppers. Kneeling or standing. And then pick a side, left or right. You ready? We're going to sit those hips back. And then throw it over the shoulder. Eyes follow the weight. Doesn't matter if you're standing or kneeling. Keep those abs engaged. And if you're standing, you're rotating through that hip, knee, and ankle as you throw the weight over the shoulder. Nice. Come on, this is our last round. Make it count. 20 seconds. Come on. 15. Almost there. Almost there. Come on. Keep pushing. Last 10. And 5, 4, 3, 2, one more rep. Woo! All right, we got one more side to do, and then we have those V-sit holds, and we're good to go. All right, 5 seconds. Make sure you switch sides. 3, 2, here it is. Grab a seat, over the shoulder. Good, abs are tight, glutes are tight. Doesn't matter if you're standing or kneeling. The only difference with the kneeling is that you're going to rotate through that hip, knee, and ankle as you throw the weight over the shoulder. You got it. Come on. Keep pushing, keep pushing. 20 seconds left. And then we'll get the weight out of the way. Grab a quick drink if you need it. We'll finish off with those V-sit holds. Feet either on or off the floor. Less than 10. Come on. In 5, 4, 3, 2, woo! All right, get that out of the way. Flip it over. Start with your feet on the floor to get yourself in position, and then you can take your feet off if you like. So let's tuck that belly button in, hands out, lean it back. Good. Get comfy, and then add the feet up if you want. You can even hold the feet up for as long as possible. And then when you start to feel your back, if you feel your back, or if your technique just starts to go out the window, drop the feet, sit up a little bit taller. All right, come on, 25 seconds left. This is our last move. Last move, we're gonna grab some water. You're gonna take some time to stretch it out at home. And that is it for today. Come on, 10 seconds left. Get my timer a little closer so I can see it. We're going to count it down. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. Nice work. Grab a quick drink. Just stay down on the floor. Take some time, flip it over. Go into your cobra and child pose stretches. Feel free to give those hips a little bit of a stretch out as well. Again, with your squeezing the glutes, you're gonna be using that whole hip area. Give them a good stretch. You guys did amazing today. Have a great rest of the day, and I cannot wait to see you in the next workout.